Listen, I love love. I love successful love. As long as love is the foundation, I love it because it took me a long time starting in young Sealz life where I had to learn what real love was. And once I learned what it was, I can never let that concept go because there is literally nothing like that. The love of God, the love of family, the love of friends who become your brothers and your sisters. Love is love. And when love is going right, months go by and years go by and time goes by. That is amazing. But sometimes it can kind of get routine. It can kind of get a little stale even, a little boring because you can get stuck in the daily process of things. We wake up, go to work, after work, do extracurriculars or errands, and you go home to your family. You go to sleep and you do the same thing over and over and over again. So what I'm going to talk about today in continuing my efforts of understanding men, decent men, good men better, I'm going to talk about how to re-excite the mind of your man, which will in turn be a benefit to you as his lady. And it's not that hard, I'm trying to tell you. So I'm gonna give you a few ideas, suggestions that I feel will be paramount to accomplishing this goal. And the first one that I'm going to bring up, that I'm going to talk about, and how to re-excite your man's mind, and in turn re-exciting your relationship with this decent man, is unpredictability in routine. As I just talked about, things can get real regular, real routine-ish. You're doing the same thing every single day, and you're doing it every single week, and you're doing it every single month and then every single year. And then by the time you blink, 20 years already passed. You want to keep that excitement though. And unpredictability will do that to him. Familiarity is comfortable, but desire thrives on novelty. So you, as his woman, when you change up the approach sometimes, add a little wasabi in there instead of the usual salt and pepper. When you adjust your tone or your approach to things, whether it's through random dates or your texts and messages or gifts and surprises, it can reset the reward part of his brain. As y'all know, I talk about what rewards mean to men. We thrive on being rewarded, on achieving things. When you create randomness and unpredictability and those things that I just listed, it can create a new spark in his desire for you even. You are already comfortable with your guy. Get unpredictable, get creative, get random. There is no need for you to feel afraid or nervous because this is your guy. So this is the best platform and space to get crazy in a good way. The next thing I'm going to talk about when it comes to re-exciting a man's mind is when you bring the passion, the fire, the energy, the electricity, and your presence. So I don't want you to just offer things or suggest things to do. I want you to bring the fire when you do it. Bring that energy because that will motivate him even more. He's like, dang, you're real excited about this thing. It makes me excited to do it with you. Let's do it. Instead of just saying like, oh, I think we should do this. I suggest that we do that. No, bring the energy because energy is contagious. That will re-excite him. As the old proverb saying goes, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Men are deeply impacted and influenced by women's enthusiasm. Believe that. When you as his woman radiate purpose and that positive and happy energy, sensuality, playfulness, he feels all of that. Yeah, all of that. It's contagious. He can't deny that. And that can re-spark his curiosity and admiration. And one thing I want to say is that you don't have to make this all about him. You make this about yourself as well. Suggest things and re-excite him with things that you would like to do too. It's not just about him. This is a partnership, right? Two-way street with a one-way love, all right? Let's get to the next thing that re-excites a man's mind, and that is a personal glow-up. Now, this is a big one because a personal glow-up on your end means that you've taken time, research, dedication, self-evaluation. You put in the work in order to have this personal glow-up. One of the best things I love to see because I am a fitness head. I love working out. I love fitness. I love health. What I love to see are couples get healthy together. I love to see obese couples lose 100 pounds or 200 pounds together. I love to see people get their glow up on when it comes to their health, when it comes to their mindset, when it comes to their spirituality. Whatever the growth is, I am for it. But what that growth, your glow up, your redevelopment does is not just personal to you. It's not just exclusive to you. That is also contagious because that will light a fire under him. If he is truly a decent man, a good man who wants to do better for his woman, his wife, his life, his kids, his family, he's going to suck in all that inspiration that comes from you because he always wants to be better. but sometimes we need a reminder. And what possible better reminder than you, it coming from you. When a woman invests in her appearance, her health, her growth, her confidence, and not for just him, but for herself, first and foremost, that will reignite attraction. I'm trying to tell you, self-love is sexy, but only a frail dude will find that as intimidation or be afraid of your growth. Never forget that as well. The next thing that I suggest, and some of y'all might be on game of it already, is moments of distance and space. You ever hear the saying, space brings closeness? Sounds like an oxymoron, right? It sounds backwards almost, but when you think about it, it makes sense. Sometimes the longer you space yourself or the further you distance yourself from your loved one, that will make them want you more. That will make them miss you more because your presence is no longer there. They want that. They miss that. Sometimes where you're together all the time, routinely, every single day, you do the same thing. You expect this person to be here at this certain time every single day. That will create an expectancy. But as I talked about in the first point, you want to get unpredictable. You want to break that expectancy sometimes to reignite that desire. And sometimes when you are further away from your partner, it makes you want them even more. And this goes both ways. Say, for instance, he's on a trip. If he truly loves you and wants you, and he's away for a week or 2 weeks even, he can't wait to get back to you. And when he gets back to you, he's already thinking in his mind, man, I can't wait to get back to my lady. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to try something I've never tried before. I'm going to take her somewhere. I'm going to get her. He starts thinking of things, new things, just because he is so excited to get back to you because of that distance, that space that y'all have at that moment created those thoughts. And one of the funnest things is when those things execute into reality. When he gets back, he actually does those things. But it all started when there was space and distance that can reignite the excitement in a man's mind. But also for you, it doesn't even have to be a far distance like a trip or something. When you as the woman refocus on yourself, your own interests, desires, projects, that can subtly create space too. Even if y'all in the same house, when you refocus on yourself, that can create distance, and a distance that can be felt in a small space in the same house because you got your mind focused on other things and not just him. He will feel that mental distance, and all it does is give him room to miss you, even if y'all in the same space, to recalibrate, to reevaluate, and lean back with renewed interest. Gotta love it. The next thing I want to talk about when it comes to re-exciting a man's mind is on you, and that is your ambition. Your ambition for newness. You advancing your depth. That includes new projects, new interests, learning a new language, trying a new thing, going back to school, some kind of new creativity, insight. When you show ambition for new things, that will create something new in him. That is inspiring, that is motivating, that is encouraging because it shows that you are active in your passion. It shows that you are active in your calling. That's sexy, beautiful, and now there is a certain mystery about you. Now he's thinking in his head like, wow, I thought I knew my woman, but it seems like I don't know the fullness of her because I didn't know she was interested in this thing that she's doing now. Now she has a beautiful, sexy mystery about her. I want to know more. Re-excitement. But what I will say is that a woman doesn't need to be secretive to be intriguing in this way. But when she shows a side of herself that she never showed him before, that keeps his mind chasing for more. And the last thing I'm going to bring up, which is probably my favorite, is to remain a child at heart. Never give up on that playfulness. Never give up on having fun challenges. When a man is able to have fun with his woman, which is in turn his best friend, he can't find that anywhere else, in anyone else. It is like having a forever playpen pal. And a big part of attraction is having fun with that person. If I'm able to be myself around you no matter what, 24/7 without judgment, then I know that I have a good thing. Because it is not fun when I feel like I have to walk on eggshells around you. I shouldn't have to feel like that with my partner that I plan on being with forever, right? So a way to re-excite your man's brain, his mind, his desire is to be playful, especially if y'all got stale on the playfulness for whatever reason. Bring it back. And it doesn't have to be physical. It could be verbal. Bring back the insider jokes. Bring back the jokes that you used to have back in the day. The old stories, the old funny stories. Bring them all back. A child at heart is a forever friend. All right, hopefully y'all enjoyed this video and it helps in some way in efforts to re-excite your man's mind, and which in turn helps you. I'll see you on my next video. Thank you for being here. Peace and blessings. Goodbye.